Hi, I'm Danny,
And I'm Evan.
and this is Virtual Reality, where we spill the juiciest reality TV gossip every week. Virtual Reality. And Evan, let them know who we are talking to this week.
We have one of the most beautiful women of Dubai inside and out. It is Sara Al Madani from the Real Housewives of Dubai. Sara Al Madani, a woman should be two things, who and what she wants. After this first season of filming Dubai, who are you? What do you want? How have you evolved since becoming a Real Housewife, Sara?
I mean, I think the job of evolving and being the woman I want is something I've done way before the show. And on the show, I'm just, monetizing it and growing it in different ways. But I feel like it's our responsibility to do our own work for ourselves before embarking any journey.
Okay, yes, very well said. Well, I feel like the journey of being a Real Housewife is a very multifaceted experience. First, you film the show, then you watch the show and you see what all these girls are saying behind your back, and then you deal with the fan feedback. So how has that entire experience been for you?
I mean, watching the show, I was sitting down with my jaws dropping, and I'm like, hold on, are you the girl I go out and eat with every day and talk on the phone with? It was insane. It was insane. And there were moments where I was like, oh my God, I was fooled. I was completely fooled because I'm very naive. So yeah, I guess people sometimes use that against you.
Who do you feel fooled you the most?
Lisa and Ayan.
Yes, let's talk about the Lisa and Ayan of it all, because currently, as a viewer and as a purveyor of social media, it kind of seems like it's Lisa and Ayan versus everyone. And I think maybe they put themselves in that position because of how shady they both were in their confessionals. And now all you girls are watching the show and you're like, wait, you felt that way about me? So what were you most shocked by from their confessionals? Were there any specific jabs that you were like, whoa, that really hurt?
So two things, right? Yeah. First of all, watching the confessionals, I remember, Ayan and Lisa, but mostly Ayan would come to me and Nina, and she would go like, please don't say anything negative about me. My son watches the show. I don't want his feelings hurt. So, me and Nina, we honor our words. And if we've promised you something, we don't do it. So sometimes we downplayed how we felt towards her because we're like, my God, her family is going to see this. We don't want her child to go through any trauma. And then when we watched, and she was like, I never said anything about you guys ever, I swear. And when we watched, we're like, wait, what? Hold on. I think she did that just for her to shine because she wants it so badly. But it's funny and it's sad at the same time because Ayan does have a TV personality. She does not need to go that extra mile of hurting and lying to reach there. You have it in you already. You have it.
Wow. So you think she had a master plan to kind of dim everyone else's light?
Yeah. Even like she would, like, for example, tell Nina, don't worry, just wear simple stuff from Zara or stuff like that. Don't worry. And then she'll show up in like a gown like that she borrowed. And it's crazy. So we felt like we were played. And obviously another thing that was alarming is that her and Lisa talk so much about all the cast, and then the next day they're eating lunch with them. For me, I cannot sit on a table, share food with someone I just spoke about or I don't like. I'm not wired that way. It's just like my words match my actions. So me looking at them, I'm like, hold on. That day she said she can't stand her, and then she's having lunch with her. It's just weird. I don't understand that behavior. But then, I think they're dying just to make it out there and like to be, famous and known in every way possible, that they're willing to step on everybody, which really hurted our feelings because we feel like, especially me and Nina and Caroline Stanbury, we feel like if we did not listen to them a lot, we would have been friends with Brooks long time ago. But they kept on filling our heads with so much things and then going out with her and then doing things with her, which to me and Nina, we spoke about it so many times. I'm like, Nina, Like, this doesn't make sense. Like, from a normal person would not do that.
It did almost seem like they used Brooks as like ammo to kind of like rev you all up. And then when you would think of it, it's like, what is Brooks really doing besides just chugging Pinot Grigio, which who can blame her? But it does seem, yeah, right. But it is interesting you say that too. And I love that you said you were even shocked about like how Chanel would dress, because you all like your jaws drop when she walks into places. And I was like, why is that? And it's probably because you're like, I thought we were dressing casual.
Yeah, but no, because we see Chanel around before the show. She was not dressed like that. It's like she dressed a girl, I see you with pants and I see normal clothes. So it was a shock every time she entered the scene. But I mean, she is who she is. We like her for who she is. But I was just turned off with her ethics and morals towards other girls. So this is what turned me off about her. Like, I would never do that to somebody.
Well, Danny, you make such a great point about the women using Brooks to rev up Sarah. And on this week's episode, things get really revved up between you and Brooks. Did you ever anticipate, such a simple comment, seemingly with good intentions? Did you ever think that it would turn into this huge saga that would result in this explosive showdown at an Ethiopian restaurant, leaving Ayan in her Cinderella gown eating food all by herself?
I mean, look, the thing is, when I spoke to Brooks in her house, before that, in Ayan's birthday, Brooks told me that she loves my talks and my content, and she's doing therapy, and she wants to be a better person, a better mom, a better woman. So this was an invitation. She's like, I would like to sit and talk to you. So this was telling me that she's opening up to me. So when I sat with her and I was talking to her, I said, and I say something, but I don't want to intrude. And then I said, I don't know anything about your child, but why don't you be better and give more? Because I'm not a yes friend. I'm not going to sit there and go like, yeah. Or I feel like friends should elevate each other and make each other a better version of themselves. I've broken my generational cycles with my family. My family is amazing, but I've changed the way I raise my kid. And I was giving her the same advice because she told me she wishes her mom was more affectionate. And I said, then don't do that to your kid. I did not tell her, you're not affectionate with your kid, give more to your kid. No. And even when I told her you need to be closer with him, I meant location wise, because the boarding school is far. So it's like, I was showing you love. But I think Brooks went through so much trauma in her life that she doesn't understand that this is love, a form of love. She thinks it's a form of judgment.
And because like you were saying too, that you also had to, it was almost, when I was watching it, I was like, oh, you're relating to her, that you're like, I had to do this struggle. I want to like bond with you about that. And it was shut down. And I do feel like, cause like, even looking at you right now, I'm like, I just want to tell you all my problems. Like, you just have that energy where like, I just like, you just have that trusting, I know, on the couch. Yeah. And so I feel like you would just do that inherently of who you are. And I think some of the ladies, maybe even, do you feel sometimes they get jealous that your personality is so approachable and like you don't really have to do all these extra airs?
I think there is some sort, I would not say jealousy, but I think people who have found their light bother people who are lost in the dark. You know what I mean? So what's funny is it's okay to be dramatic. They all accept it. It's okay to be extra. It's okay to lie, to gossip. But when someone walks in and tells you, I want to see you do well, I want to see you do better, oh my God, they're sensitive towards it. It just shows you that it's okay to be negative and stuff, but it's not okay to be a positive person. But I'm not going to water myself down so people can love me and accept me. I am who I am. And if I'm your friend, I'm going to be a really good friend. And there were scenes in the show where I was like, you know what? I shouldn't have kept my promise. I should have exposed a lot of people. For example, the reason why I sent that long text to Brooks and to everybody is because Lisa and Ayan called me, not Nina. Nina was the second one. Lisa and Chanel and Lisa called me and they were like, Brooks insulted you, said she kicked you out of the house, you're not welcome, then you're like this and that and the B word, and I don't even like to use that unless I'm really angry. But and when they said that, I was like, why is she doing this? I texted her in the morning after the fight. I was like, I love you, I want to be your friend, you have my shoulder, let's talk, let's relate. I was like, why would she do that? But then I promised Lisa and Ayan not to say anything. They're like, don't tell anyone we told you. That's why I kept my composure and acting like, yeah, okay. So they did not tell me anything. But then when you don't stand up for yourself, you're betraying yourself. So I felt like I betrayed myself at that moment.
So did you expose these girls at the recent reunion that just taped?
I mean, you're going to see a lot of stuff go down in reunion.
Well, Caroline Brooks said that fans are going to truly be shocked by what goes down at the reunion. What can you tease about what went down? Did the dynamic shift at all? Is this the moment where everyone realized, whoa, Lisa and Ayan have been doing a lot of dirty work that we only discovered recently?
I mean, look, not only they had nothing good to say about any of us in the confessionals, they butchered us in every single confessional. They've been attacking girls from other franchises and they want to have their moment of fame. I get it. Like, whatever it is, you're hungry for a different kind of thing. I get it. But in the reunion, you're going to see who really are true friends, who's lying, who's the potster, and who's thirsty. It's so obvious.
Who would you say is the thirstiest girl on the Dubai cast?
Definitely Chanel and Lisa.
Oh,
Definitely.
okay. So they share the title together.
They share it
They
together.
have a big gulp. Yeah.
One crown, they both wear it. That's it. And it's sad because you can shine without even hurting anybody around you. It's just you and your character and your personality. But I guess they have to make up for they don't have. So
Gotcha. Yeah, they can get pretty shady. And I feel like the entire Dubai cast, except for you, I feel like you have a different approach to social media, but most of the Dubai cast, they bring that desert heat to Twitter, especially your friend Caroline Brooks. So I'm curious to know what are your thoughts about Brooks's approach to social media? She can really pop off sometimes.
Chanel told us she writes novels on Twitter.
yeah, look, Brooks has a nickname. She's called Hurricane Brooks. Once the hurricane is coming your way, you can't stop it. You got to let it pass. So what she does on social media is her imagine her sitting down watching the show, and she's like, "Oh my God, I sit with these girls. They tell me all sorts of things about other girls, but now they're doing it to me." So she's just upset, and she vents in that way. So let her vent it out.
Yeah, well, speaking of Brooks and also social media, I thought the way that you handled what she said in her confessional about previous cosmetic work was very classy. I feel like you always come to Twitter with an open heart and a very zen attitude. I know that you and Brooks are friends now, but how did it feel to see her talk about your looks on the show? Was it something that you had ever planned to discuss before she brought it up?
I mean, everyone on social media, like I've done my nose job 5 years ago. Everybody knows I did it. It's not like I woke up with a new nose, and I'm like, no, it's mine, It's undeniable. And I don't shame women who do plastic surgery. I'll probably do plastic surgery until I'm 90 because I want to look good. But I don't shame people who don't do it. I don't shame people who do it. So it was upsetting when I saw Brooke say that. I was like, you're such a bee, for doing that. But the thing is, all of the girls, when they want to ask about plastic surgery, they come to me. Why? Because I've done so much research. I've the latest hacks. I know everything. So when I sit with a doctor and I want to do my nose, it's like I know how to do the surgery better than he does, because I don't like it when doctors lie and they downplay things. So this is what Brooks meant when she said, I know the ruta to the tuta, I know everything. But no, I mean, I don't care. I've done some work, my nose, I do fillers, I do Botox, I'm happy. And plus that picture that they showed is a picture of me doing a public speech while I was on cortisone, because I found out I have polyps in my gallbladder. So I was on cortisone. So cortisone makes you swell. And I was like, at least choose a decent picture, not this one.
It is crazy what people go after and everything like that. And also I feel like not only was your plastic surgery called up, but then they're talking about your degree and your content. Some of the ladies are saying they don't need your content or look for that. What do you think about, is there any of your castmates that their social media presence besides Brooks's Twitter that you're like, well, I don't need this. What is this doing for me?
I mean, look, the thing is, Lisa did make fun of me, and she did say that I'm a walking Instagram post. But I have more followers than her, so that means I'm doing something right. and I'm adding value to people, and she isn't. She just grew after being on the show. So yeah, I mean, I love what I do. I don't care about what others do. I don't judge. But I unfollowed Lisa because I felt like energy wise watching the show, I mean, she never ever said anything good about any of the girls, not even once. So to me, I was like, these are my friends, and you know, if she does them to me, if she does it to them, she'll do it to me. So I was like, I don't want this kind of energy, and I'm honest, I'm sincere. I unfollowed her, but then of course they come in pairs. So then Chanel unfollowed me. So
That's so interesting to hear where things are today with Lisa and Ayan, and watching the show where things currently are with Brooks. You would sort of, I know you and Brooks made up, but you would sort of expect that the season would end and it would be you and Brooks who are still feuding. What did you learn about Brooks this season, going through your feud, that you came to realize, wow, this girl is she's a great friend and I want to pursue this friendship? And did you maybe learn something about her personality that impacts the way you approach that friendship today?
so never talk to Brooks about anything serious when she's drunk.
Number one.
But she's fun. She's fun. She's a good friend. She listens. She's there. My kid loves her kid. We enjoy our time together. But I feel like what happened to Brooks on the show is that the girl, Ayan and Lisa, told her that we don't like her, but we liked her. And then when like she'd come to us, she'd see us like a little bit distant from them because we're scared, because these girls talk about everybody. So she did not know where she stands. She likes us, yet Lisa and Ayan tell her we talk about her, but we never did. We never did. So that kept her confused and lost. But now that she knows the truth, she's an amazing friend. I love Brooks to death. Like, I take a bullet for Brooks.
I love hearing that, because a moment that I really loved in the most recent episode is when she put her guard down with you and after the dance rehearsal, and she was just telling you straight up, she's like, it's just a sensitive topic for me, and you guys were able to, with nobody else around, because there was no like pot stirring. It was just you two coming together to be like, how can we understand each other and grow from this? And I was like, this is beautiful. And I'm so happy to hear that that is still how it is today.
And you know what I love about Brooks is she owns her mistakes. She never lies. Like, yes, I said that. I'm like, yeah, but that's brutal. She's like, yeah, but I said it. I'm sorry. So she owns it. And I respect her for that. Nina owns it. Caroline Stanbury owns it. But Lisa and Ayan, they never own it. They keep on lying. And like we have messages, we have recordings, we have voice notes. Like,
You got receipts.
yeah, it's like, how could you deny that? It's like, oh, I don't remember saying that. I was like, okay, fine, sure.
What do you think of the Jesus and Judas comparisons for you and
I
Brooks?
was so confused. I was like, I don't even know what she's talking about.
Yeah.
I was like, first of all, I thought you're a Muslim, so we have different names for them in Islam. So then you come up with these names. I don't even know the full story. I'm confused. She's sitting there. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, Chanel, it's okay.
Yeah, she seems to want to make this season biblical.
I have no idea.
But being the Jesus of the group isn't a bad thing. I mean, it's kind of a compliment in a way.
I mean, yes, until her and Lisa called me a new philanthropist. I've been working with the UN. I've been working with Smile Train. I've been doing this all my life. I'm not a new philanthropist. And then Lisa said, I'm frauding people. Like, how could you say something like that about someone who's trying to change the world?
Yeah.
And it's just, and the scary part is after that scene, the next day we went for dinner and they never mentioned it. They never said anything. We love what you do. I mean, you've seen it in the scene when they said that about me on the pool and then they jumped to say hi on the call. We love you. We miss you. I was like, wait, what's going on? Like, flip-floppers, basically.
I feel watching it, you probably are just like, every time after you have to like decompress, be like, what just happened? Did I, like, you need to rewind almost. Yeah.
No, it's true.
I mean, at least
that.
No, go ahead, Danny.
I was gonna say, but at least you guys have like some fun in between all of this. Like, how was the dance hall party for you? And do you think you're going to continue doing dance classes? Are you going to be adding dancer to the resume?
I love dancing. That day was so much fun because nobody talked about anything, nobody gossiped, nobody argued. There was nothing to pots, like there's no pot stirring because there's nothing you can do about it there. But it was nice. We had fun. I love dancing. I mean, look, in the end, I am a happy person. So no matter how you act, what you do, that's one thing you can't take away from me. I'm always gonna have fun. I'm always happy.
And I do love that. And who is not always happy though are people on Twitter. And I don't know, you don't watch Housewives, right? You're not a really Housewives person. So I just want like to have like the chat because do you know the Countess Luann? Have you heard her? You probably maybe not have heard her music. She's from Houses of New York.
Okay.
And she one time wore an afro for a party. She did Diana Ross, was not a good vibe. So I just want you to like have the chat to be like, this is what my like outfit inspo was. You know what I mean? Because you did win best dress. So I was wondering if you could talk through your look.
No, I mean, the thing is, I was worried about the look because, you know, some people might not accept it because of culture. But the thing is, the Afro exists in my culture. There are Black people in my culture. There are Afros that are Emiratis that have Afros, and we have people of color. So for us in the UAE, it is very normal. But I was worried about other people around the world looking at it in a different way. But I mean, I love cultures. I thrive. I feel like every time I travel and experience a new culture, I find a piece of my soul. So I feel like I loved it. You know, I just love the look. I loved going for that. I had so much fun. I danced.
And I mean, now you guys are not that friendly, but Lisa also loved it and also told everybody watching, like, do not try to make this a thing. I loved it. This is what it is and everything like that. So, I mean, at least she sometimes has your back-ish.
She actually said something nice about me. I'm shocked.
Don't quote me, but she did say something kind of nice.
Yeah, she did. She immediately said in her confessional, do not come for Sarah with that cultural appropriation stuff. And she also mentioned what you just said, that Afros are also part of the Emirati culture, the Arab culture. So yes, she definitely had your back in that moment. So it was your one little nugget from Lisa finally came, a little bit of positivity.
One tiny one, yes.
So
was it really for me or was it for her so people won't judge her because I'm at her party?
Well, look, there's that too. You know Lisa better than us. So
the positive side. That's the positive side.
You're like, I know Lisa more than you two, so I'm being real about it. But yeah.
So where do you think the end of this season and also filming the reunion, how does this set you up for season 2? Like, what do you think is going to happen?
I mean, if there is a season 2, now I know who not to trust, who not to listen to. I want to, out of everything, I want to thank Chanel and Lisa so much because they gave me 4 amazing friends that we are so close. Like, we talk every day, we're traveling together, we're having fun. So they got us both, 4 of us, so close to each other, and we're so thankful for that.
Oh, that is really sweet.
That's some Ariana Grande thank you next. Yeah.
Thank you, Ned. Yeah. But no, I've learned not to be naive and not to believe everything. And, you know, like, people should earn their trust. You don't just give it to them.
And yeah, I love that. And also with I mean, I am hoping for a season 2 because I love this show so much. And is there any person in your friend group that like you think you would be like, you would want to recommend? Do you feel there's any fun person? Do you think there's anybody that you're like, I would not want you back to film again?
You mean from the cast?
Or like in your friend group in general, but if you want to kick anybody off the cast to make some space, feel free to do that too.
I mean, I'm not this kind of person. I'm not malicious. So, I mean, we can coexist, you know, and if more people come in the show, I hope they see the truth and they know who to be friends with and who not to listen to and what not to do. But I don't want anyone off the show. And this is why I didn't like the comment Lisa and Chanel did about Brooks. That they saved her and she was gonna be demoted. That's not true. That is so not true. Not true. I didn't know that they were hired on the behalf of Bravo to take decisions like that, both of them, but no one was going to be demoted. All the girls were loved equally, equal opportunity, everything was fine. So I think they're just trying to get Hurricane Brooks to go on Twitter and just like, you know, cause damage, you know, but no, Brooks was never going to be demoted. It's not true.
Lisa and Ayan do seem to think they run the casting department at
I
Bravo
know they
because
run the whole show.
they're
And the whole
also out
network.
here.
Beverly Hills too. Yeah. Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're also out here saying that they absolutely do not want Phaedra Parks as a full-time cast member. I know Phaedra, she entered the mix very briefly. She's friends with Caroline Brooks, who has definitely expressed her support for Phaedra one day joining the cast. So what are your thoughts, Sarah?
I look, Phaedra's funny, and Brooks told me so many good things about her. I wish I met her. I didn't. And I think if she joins the cast, look, you cannot deny she's a legacy. Like, you cannot erase her history and say, hey, you're not gonna do anything if you come on. No, that's not true. If she comes on the show, we'll get good ratings. That's not a lie. So I feel like give people the credit they need, give these women the credit they deserve, and don't wipe out their history. You've been on the show for 25 minutes, respect your place. You're still a newbie, no need to downplay any women. If Phaedra comes, it'll be so much fun. So much fun.
She is, and I mean, because she just finished Ultimate Girls Trip, the Bravo, the Peacock spinoff, and she is really such a fun time on that. So I think she would be so great on Dubai, and also because she's really good at shutting people down and letting them know who they are, which I think some people in your cast could benefit from.
Oh, 100%. But when people are scared because they know they can't, they don't have what it takes, they're going to be threatened when someone big comes on. That's why.
Yeah, totally. Oh my God. Yeah, I can't wait to see, or I hopefully can't wait to see how Phaedra could shake up the dynamic. That's exactly it. I feel like Lisa and Ayan might be scared that she could enter the group and somehow become this like queen bee personality. And like Danny said, she can read the girls for filth.
Yeah, amazing. Why not? The thing is, we are not in the jungle trying to survive. The fittest survive. It's a show. The people who are gonna put the crown on your head and call you a queen bee are your fans. Some people will like you, some people won't. You don't have to be butchering your way through trying to, hold the flag and say, here I am. It doesn't work like that. If Phaedra comes, at least maybe she can, get rid of the bullshit.
Now, before we let you go, Sarah, looking back on your first season, what would you say is your proudest moment on the show? And then what would you say is maybe your one regret?
My one regret is that I kept secrets because I promised people I wouldn't, and I wish I spoke to defend myself. I've seen scenes where I'm like, wait, that's not what happened. You told me this, but I promise you not to say anything. But not doing that anymore. I'm gonna stand up for the truth always. And one moment that I'm really proud of is how I kept my composure and I didn't allow people's negativity or their energy affect me. I was completely truly myself. Like if my mom watches the show, she goes like, yeah, that's my daughter, 100% her, I wasn't putting on a show like some people did.
Yeah, totally. Well, speaking of your parents, I'm actually just personally curious, what do they think of you on the show? Are they proud of you? Do they watch? Do they think it's absolutely crazy? Like what's the vibe there?
So they, in the beginning, they were not totally into it. They were against it because they're worried about me, like the backlash from the culture and everyone in the UAE. But then they're like, you're crazy. You've always been crazy. Do whatever you want, do your own mistakes, do your own great things. So they started watching it just like a week ago because they were so scared. They wanted to make sure nothing bad goes on for like 8-9 episodes. And then they started. Yeah, but they love it. They love it. They're like, this is who you are every single day.
And what has been the feedback from the community over in the UAE? Have you felt any of it? Have you been paying attention? Do you care?
So in the beginning, it was bad because they're not used to this. Now, after seeing the show, they kind of get the idea because they thought the show portrays the life of Arab women in the UAE, like we represent them.
Wow.
We don't represent anybody. So this show is about me and who I am and how I live my life. I'm not representing any women. I don't want to be representing anyone but me. So now they're getting that the idea that it's not a documentary, it's a reality TV show, it's light entertainment. So they get it, they love it. And a lot of them are happy with me being the only Emirati cast member, and they're like, "You're representing." I'm like, "Now I'm representing. I thought you guys said you don't want me to represent."
Is there a pressure that comes along with being the sole Emirati on the cast?
Yes and no, because I'm always going to be myself.
Mhm.
Yes, because a lot of people are watching and looking at me and they're waiting for me to slip, they're waiting for this mistake. But, I'm rebellious. I don't care what people say. They don't pay my bills. I'm happy. I'm not doing anyone harm and I'm not doing anything wrong.
You have the best outlook that I've like ever heard. I love it. I'm like channeling you. You literally might become my therapist. Check your DMs. Who knows? Yeah.
I know you. They keep calling you a therapist. You might as well become one.
Honestly.
Yes. I'm not a therapist, and my honorary PhD is in like business leadership and women empowerment, but I earned it. I worked hard for it.
Yes.
And yeah, but it's like they love making fun of other women's accomplishments, which is sad, but it's okay. I'm the one who has it, not them, so it's fine.
I was gonna
It's
say
not easy to get an honorary PhD. Not everyone has that.
No, not everybody has that. I've like literally, I sat down with them and I'm like, listen, like on Twitter, I wrote it. I'm like, listen, 4 TED Talks, over 15 companies, 4 government positions, the youngest out of them. Okay. Over 200 speeches around the world, over 140 awards. I'm like, I earned it. Excuse me, I earned it. So, and I will not be humble about it, because a lot of people were like, people do research for years. Yeah, I've been working my ass off for years, and some institution thought I was worth it. So I'm taking it and I'm happy with it. Yeah.
And I also feel you should be like, anybody who gets a like own it if you have one. Yeah. And I know if any of your castmates ever get one, you will send them a lovely bouquet of flowers.
I will throw a party for them, because it's an accomplishment and I'm a woman. We should support each other.
Yeah.
But obviously that's not how it goes there.
Yeah. Well, maybe you'll feel more support on a potential season 2, which I'm keeping my fingers crossed for.
I'll try to infect them with more positivity.
Yes, it's contagious, especially yours.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time, Sarah. This was so much fun. I'm glad we got to catch up. And I can't wait to see this reunion, because it sounds like it's gonna be crazy.
You guys have to watch it. It's insane.
I'm so excited.
Hey. Let me know what you guys think once you watch it.
Oh, we'll do.
Oh yeah, for sure.
do.
Oh wait, also, I'm just like personally curious. What can you tease about your look? What went into that?
Look, I said this before and I'll say it again. The reunion, everyone's dress was like a box of mixed cupcakes.
I like that. It's good to have variety.
Everyone came in with a different flavor, looking completely different. One came out of the ocean, one came out of the sky, one came out of heaven.
Hopefully,
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
But I was very happy. I'm very happy with my look. But you guys have to watch it.
Yay! Oh my god! Oh, definitely will be.
Yeah.
Wait, I need to know, did Julius Michael do your hair?
Yes.
We love Julius. I go to him too.
I love Julius. He gave me long hair, mermaid hair.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
It was depressing taking the hair off.
Oh,
you
were like, no.
I was like, no.
Oh my god, I bet. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to see it.
So
thanks so
excited.
much again, Sarah. This was really
Yeah,
fun.
thank you so much. It was so great meeting you.
Great meeting you too. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.